Good morning, YouTube. It's a cold Sunday morning in the garage here in the UK, and today's project is some steel hinges for a folding metal workbench that we're making, and the link to that video is below this one. Don't forget, while you're there, please hit subscribe. Now, I could just simply make these hinges. I could go and buy these hinges, I should say, from any hardware store or Wickes, B&Q, somewhere like that. But it's a good opportunity to get to know the new lathe better. And if you haven't seen the lathe and the bench that we built for the lathe, see the videos below as well. I decided that I'll make some hinges up, and I've got some 25mm bar that I had kicking around the garage, and I've just roughly cut some bits up. So I've cut two at approximately 3 inches and two at approximately 2 inches, and my idea is that using the lathe we'll clean up the outside, we'll face the ends off, and I'll turn a male part down to 1 inch, and then I will internally bore one of these ones out to the same diameter and depth so that they fit together. So we're going to use these for a metal folding bench, but these could quite easily be used for hanging a gate, for example, especially one that you need to lift off easily. We'll pop some grease nipples in there as well, if I've got some. I'm pretty sure I have. So we'll drill and tap it and fit some grease nipples in as well. So these are really part of another project, but we thought we'd run this as a separate video, and it keeps the length of the first video down. So thanks for watching so far, guys. We'll move over to the lathe and we'll make a start on this lot. Okay guys, you've just seen all the machining on the video, so I thought I'd stop. So I have one done, so you can see this one here is completed, and this is what we started with. So these two pieces of hardened steel that are still black was before, and this is afterwards here. So you can see that we now have two halves. We have a male and a female. So I used the boring bar for this, as you saw, and I just turned that down to the correct size, and we drilled and tapped it and fitted a grease nipple in as well. Now it is only for a folding bench, so it is overkill, but it's just good practice for me to get some practice on the lathe basically. So I've just stopped halfway, so you can see this is the finished product. These will be painted, there will be probably welded up to something on the bench, and you can see the folding workbench video below. I'll put a link there. Did have a slight problem on this end where I went to put the center drill in on this end because I was gonna put the bore in this end, and the center drill snapped, stayed in the center, it's hardened, you'll never drill that out. So I just reface the end. It's steel, so I could put a blob of weld in there and run the lathe back over it and face it, but until we know how these are going to fit on the workbench, I'll just leave that as it is for the minute. So this is just me stopping for a second and saying, this is what we started with, these two bits of hardened steel, and this is what we ended up with. So it's come out reasonably well. The steel was really, really hard. I've only got a mini lathe, as you can see, so they're perhaps not really made for hard steel like this, but it done the job okay. It didn't blow any fuses, so it's all done. Okay, thanks guys. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these two bits into another one of these, and that'll be the end of this video. Thanks for watching. And here we are, the finished product. So the steel that you've just seen before, I turned these up into a male and female piece. There's a grease nipple in the female piece so that we can keep the hinge greased up all the time and keep it moving nicely. This steel is really hard steel. It's not the greatest quality steel. So my lathe wasn't super happy about turning these up. Okay guys, so super happy with how these came out really. They're just for a folding workbench, so as we've said before, a little bit of overkill, but yeah, happy with how they came out. It's only the second time that I've used my lathe. Only the second time I've used the lathe in my life. So yeah, they haven't come out too bad at all. So we're going to go ahead now and get these fitted to the metal workbench. That video you can link to below, the full folding metal workbench build. Thanks for watching guys. As normal, hit subscribe, hit like and share if you need to.